Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and the continuation of Ella and Alec. I'll warn you now, if you hear any snoring in the background, that's Storm. She has a very big snore on her for a little dog. Back to Ella. Now Adele is here. Time for a mental regroup. My mother lived by a Cinderella life template, the same as I sort of do. And based on what I see now, not Adele acted as a fairy godmother to my mum, Ray Cinder. As revelations go, this isn't great. My head turns cloudy with worry. I don't think I can handle much more drama. Not to mention the fact that the pizza I ate for breakfast has started doing the cha-cha on my small intestines. Not Adele sighs. Oh, I remember your ball as if it were yesterday. Mum winks. As I recall, it was a dance to celebrate the Queen of the County Fair. That's hardly a royal ball. It counts for your fairy tale life template, states Nardell. Both you and Marchesa were competing for the title of Queen, and Declan chose you. A wistful look shines in Mum's blue eyes. That he did. Now, you and Declan have a baby. Not Adele. Flit walks closer to Mum. Doesn't it worry you? Mum kisses the top of the baby. Basically, my head. Why? Little Elra's perfect. My heart soars. I could listen to Mum call me perfect forever. I'm not referring to your child, states Not Adele. It's your fairy tale life template that concerns me. Ella will walk the same path as you have. A Cinderella's future is never bright. I can't believe this. I might actually agree with Nardell on this. After all, I spent most of my life avoiding becoming a servant to my sicko stepfamily. Nardell makes a good point. Don't try to ruin my mood, says Mum. It won't work. Like I always say, worrying about tomorrow only brings today. A pang of envy moves through me. This is such classic Ray. She flits through life, reminding me of a stone that skips over water. Mum has the gift of reflecting sunshine as she moves along, but never worrying about any eventual plunge into chilly reality. Nartledale steps closer and inhales deeply over baby me's head. I know what this move means. Fear, consent, power. Your baby has barely any magic, says Nartledale. I can't help but smile. That's a pretty satisfying declaration right there. In truth, I was born with an ass ton of power. I'm the warden of all fey magic. Sadly, that fact also made me a huge target for anyone who wants to drain my power. All of which is why Colonel Mallory the Magnificent got involved. In a totally not shocking move, the Colonel decided my parents wouldn't be able to protect me from every power-hungry creeped fairy. So the Colonel took away my wings and cast a spell to hide my magic. From ethically challenged folks like, Nardell. On reflex, I rub my shoulder. My wings are long gone. Even so, I miss them sometimes. Mum laughs. What nonsense. She counters. I'm part of the Magicorum, and so is my baby. By definition, it means we both have some magic inside us. Just not a lot. You're such a grouch, states Mum. If you don't think I've enough magic, then go find another Cinderella to serve. Mum flashes an out-of-door look that says, buzz off. Sometimes I wish I could, says Nartledale, but you know my magical limitations. It's so hard on me. So you said, many times. Mum follows this up with a laser-bright glare towards Nartledale. At this point, I wish I had a lounge chair and some popcorn. I always love seeing Mum get sassy. Mostly she unleashed at vendors who tried to cheat her artists out of money, but watching Ray let loose on Nardell, what I wouldn't give for a camera. Please, don't take offence, says Nardell silkily. You see, my moon shadow powers force me to see the future. They've also directed me to revitalize that Seelie empire. I'm a good person, really. My only concern is for the welfare of all fairy. What a load of crap. My buddy Jacoby is an elf prince. He told me about the Seelie and Unseelie empires. All kingdoms align to one side or another. In Jacoby's case, his particular kingdom, the Fortitude, serves the Unseelie empire. That makes Jacoby a dark fae. In other words, he's more likely to kill you. Not that the Seelie avoid all murder, they just do it less often. Sadly, both the Seelie and Unseelie imperial familiars died out in a massive war. Ever since then, Fairy has been a major free-for-all. It's that lawlessness which got most of Jacoby's older brothers murdered. Poor guy. In my opinion, bringing back the Seelie would be a good thing. They're less bloodthirsty and more likely to establish order. But now Adele doesn't care about anything like that. My guess is she's helping the Seelie in order to become Empress herself. Hey, it's what I'd do if I was evil as hell. Before me, Nat Adele keeps pleading her case to Mum. To help all the fairy, I must find the keeper of my opposite power to my unseelie moon shadow magic. It's called Moonbeam Energy, and the woman who wields it is named Kier Adele. Once I find her, I can take her magic, and I can restore the Seelie Empire. Good for you. That's what Mum says. Her tone adds that she thinks Nartadel is full of crap. Not that I blame Mum for being wary. After all, who cares what happens in Fairy anyway? When Nartadel speaks next, she lowers her voice to a level that I can call bone-chilling. According to my magic, you are the one who will lead me to Kiadel and her moonbeam magic. It's why I shall never quit you, my sweet Ray. I do a double take. My mother will help find the Kiadel. Also, now Adele can take over as a Seelie Empress. Why didn't this ever come up in a family conversation? I shake my head. Correction. I know exactly how this little tidbit of information got skipped. If Mum thought something was nonsense, then she brushed it aside. Not this again? Mum makes a noise. I've told you 1,000 times. I do not know anyone named Kurt Adele. I'm sorry that she haunts your moon, whatever, but there's nothing I can do. My visions say that if Kurt Adele isn't your daughter, then she's someone close to you. Think hard, Ray. This girl is the key to everything. My skin prickles over in shock. It's one thing to discover that an evil elf queen is both your family's fairy godmother and, let's just say, a megalomaniac who's trying to take over the Seelie Empire. It's another matter to find out that one of your family members might be critical to his schemes. Ella is not the care person. Mum cuddles baby me closer. You said yourself, my daughter doesn't have enough magic. That's not what I meant. Natadel folds her arms over her chest. Tell me about your friend, Marchesa. She has 2 girls, does she not? My stomach tumbles. I never thought of Ivy and Agatha as anything but pains in the neck. Mostly because they were forever blowing off their chores at Cinder Mercantile. Has something bigger been going on all this time? Yes, Marchesa has 2 children. Her youngest, Agatha, is the same age as Ella. I've cast divining spells on both Marchesa's daughters, but to no avail. Mum rolls her eyes. Marchesa is not concealing anything from you. How can you be so certain? Not Adele's mouth thins in an angry line. Perhaps one of Marchesa's offspring is really a changeling. Changeling. The word spins through my mind. That's when a human child is replaced by an elf baby. Memories spin through my head. When I was put at my lowest point, someone magically helped me fight Marchesa and reach the glass upper bowl. Based on what Nardell is saying, one of Marchesa's daughters may have had the power to make that happen. Still, it couldn't have been Ivy. That girl who put the ding in Dingbat. Was it Agatha? After all, Ivy was always a nasty one. Agatha's thing was so silently lurking corners. While wearing floppy hats and overlarge sunglasses. Those hats. Could Agatha have been hiding her elf ears, just as she concealed the rest of herself under layers of clothing? It's totally possible. Mum speaks again, snapping me out of my thoughts. Changelings, asked Mum. I don't think so. I was there for both of Marchesa's births. She lives by the iron train tracks. The Fae don't come around there, let alone swap out babies. Not Adele of Sujin. Marchesa doesn't stay by trains all day long, you know. Mum sighs once more. It's always nice to see you, but if you don't have anything else to discuss, then I must return to inspecting this building. My husband and I might purchase it to create a store. Beware, declares Adele. Marchesa is not a good friend for you, especially now that you're building up this enterprise. Mark my words, she'll come sniffing about for a job. Oh, that, Mum shrugs, she already did. Marchesa's husband ran off. We'll help her out. She must make a living somehow. That's a terrible idea, Countess Nardell. It will result in pain for you and those you love. Although, as she says it as a warning, I can't help but notice how Nardell looks extraordinarily pleased at the prospect of Mum suffering. A knowing glint shines in Ray's eyes. I already told you. I live in today. With those words, my envy melts into something darker. Ray's just being her sunny self, and I certainly grew up happily coddled within her warmth. But unlike Mum, I also know that you can joyfully skip your ass into oncoming traffic. Sauntering blissfully into trouble doesn't make you any less dead. I vowed I wouldn't become like that. All my life, I fought against my fairy tale life template. A face appears in my mind. Sky. She's a genie who is convinced that I'm fated to become one as well. I never had a true and useful fairy godmother myself, yet seeing Mum today raises a ton of questions. Do true Cinderellas always share Mum's motto and never worry about tomorrow? Am I really meant to be a genie? Or could I be permanently broken? After all, I lost my wings, which are central to Fae. Maybe other stuff got derailed at the same time? After Mum gets saucy with Aunt Adele, the evil elf takes off for, well, wherever she hangs out. When she's not imprisoning other people's boyfriends, of course. I'm left to follow Mum and baby me around as they check out the empty warehouse. I spend a lot of time obsessing about Alec. It all circles back to one fact. This spell sucks. I'm supposed to be saving my boyfriend, not trotting around through time. Fascinating as it is to take a trip from my past, Alec could be drinking mud from a puddle right now, or worse. I try to imagine what that worse could be. Too bad I have an awesome imagination. Eventually, a different crop of questions appear in my head, and this time they're about Agatha. Who is she, really? Is Agatha safe from Not Adele? And where is my stepsister right now? And that is the next part of our wonderful Ella and Alec. There's some interesting facts coming to light, but they're also quite mystifying, really, because it's not something I would have expected, I'll be honest. Thank you for listening to this episode, and many blessings.